Alright lads, so a lot of you have been asking to do a wee survival of the first map on 100% difficulty to unlock the next one. So I'm just going to be doing just that. This one will be called Ascension because you'll be ascending to the next map if you beat it. 100 days challenging and medium population gets you a score factor of 100%, which will unlock the next map. And I said if you beat it. With my tips, hopefully, you will beat it. So let's jump right in. This required one reroll, and I'll explain a wee bit about exploring so you know what to do. But first up, right, you're in. Pause the game. Have a look at your surroundings. Send your rangers out in all 4 directions, like so. Zoom out some more and see what they can find. Oh, now, that's a good example. See there, was that a choke point? No, it's not, so the infected can't get through it. That's good. Checking all other places. There's the zombies there. You go until you meet the zombies at every side to see what breathing room you have. That's a very nice wee angled corner. The zombies are there. There's some supplies too. Supplies are also very important. Not vital, but they can be in a really handy boost. Put your soldier to any choke point. Really, it doesn't particularly matter. Just one that he can just stand there and defend. So we'll be putting down 3 tents to start off. And 1 fishery. So we'll have plenty of food to play with. We'll also need a sawmill. Sometimes if you get a massive boost of gold from... You'll see later in the video, this was pre-recorded, you'll see you can get gold drops of 500, and if you get those you could straight up build a sawmill, but it is next on your priority list. So you want to defend, you want to put your rangers all into patrol at their respective points. Try not to stretch them too thin because zombies, they're slow, but one slow moving one with one, if you have a ranger distracted, can end your game. So be very, very careful. Now, our tents have been completed, so we'll be moving on to collect those. She'll patrol there, you'll patrol there. Sawmill now, we're 238 gold at the minute, and that wee green bar you see will give us all the gold once it fills up. The command center, of course, generates the gold for you feels like every 20-25 seconds. Could be wrong, might be a bit longer. I've never timed it. But nonetheless, so at the end of day 1, you should have a few houses, a fishery, some food. If you're lucky, you'll find some extra gold and get a sawmill up and running. Now, placement of a sawmill is quite important. So, as you can see, I could place it there, but then I'll make placing another one more difficult. Whilst if I place it there, that'll be 8, and then in its radius, it won't affect one right there. Yep. That all worked well, good thing, and it's good I pre-recorded this knowing what I was going to do, or what I was going to say. Now, houses they're strange. Sometimes they'll be blocked, sometimes they won't, but you'll figure it out pretty soon that you want to leave a 1 gap in as many places as you can. Now, normally I do it sideways, so it just means that your soldiers don't have to take so long to get round it. I do mess up a little later in the video with house placement, and I will point it out to you, but it's kind of good that I did. It shows you I am human, and I am not by any means an absolute pro at this game. I've beat all the maps on challenging. I haven't pushed to doing brutal because I've been currently doing these videos. Ah yes, mayors. Okay. So at 40 colonists you get your first mayor. Now there's 2 here. We can get the command center gets +4 to its energy transfer radius and watch range, or you get the 700 gold costing research of a ballista. Now most people probably just take the ballista. Yes, you'll be using ballistas, but to be honest, for the early game, energy transfer is quite interesting. I will pick it in this video just to show you what that looks like. So as you can see, that's it without, and then let's see it with. Now, that may not seem like an overly large amount, but that's the equivalent of not having to put a Tesla down, which I was about to, which is actually really, really handy. I personally love it. Now, a great ballista, that is a hard one to give up because you will be researching it and it does cost 700 gold. However, if it was to just give me one ballista, that probably would have sealed the deal for me because then you can secure one entrance. It is down to your player preference, what you'll be doing and what you'd be like. There's no right or wrong answer to it. Even if you were given an option of 500 to gold, you could pick them. You know, no one's... this game's made to be played in many ways. So what I'm doing right now is, whilst I'm generating some gold back home, and I'm going to plop down a wee Tesla coil to give me some more radius. Now, where would be best to put it? Put it there, and you'll see how I'll build the houses around it later on. I always pause. Always pause. Keep pausing, look around, see what everyone's up to. I used to lose rangers constantly because I'm so used to you know, RTS that you can't pause, so you gotta constantly, you know, like StarCraft and all, you've gotta constantly be on the lookout. Let's see, they couldn't get through that, but there's some playthroughs I have lost where they could. Now the placement of this is very strange, or not very strange, I'm going to show you why. So if I placed it there, I would have never been able to place it here, so I couldn't have got two so close together. Now it'll generate 11, but do I put it to the left or right? So I take out my hunter cottage because I want a planet that I want as many hunter cottages as possible, making as much food. So if I put the sawmill here and put a Tesla coil down, I'll have space to put it in 11-bit. Or will I place? I'll place it there. So you've started to get a wee bit of wood in, and you'll need a bit more of a perimeter. So we'll wall off just that section. I sometimes wall off, I sometimes leave a one gap, depending on the map and how many points I have to defend. In this one occasion, for new players, I would just wall off entrances. You leave one when you're really on the ball, and you've played this game a good while, and you know what you're doing. So see that house I placed in the middle there? I shouldn't have placed it because it's going to obstruct units later on. And I never, you know, made up the gap anywhere. As you can see, I'll place two there eventually. If I'd removed that middle one, soldiers would have a much easier time going across instead of looping around them later in the video. But that's just that for now. You have to also be thinking, right, we need more wood, and we will eventually need more. We'll have to get stone up and going. But in the meantime, I'm going to get some more food, so some more fisheries, to build loads of houses. You want loads and loads of houses that you'll not regret doing that, because you'll need the workers. You will need the workers. And in the meantime, there you go. See, that's 500 gold. Bam. Sometimes you get that straight in your doorstep, sometimes you get 4. It's incredible sometimes. They're not vital, but they are extremely nice boosts. So I'm going to put the windmill as far out of the way as I can, and that place will do. And then we'll start expanding this way. And ideally I should have got another sawmill up by this stage, but I just wasn't completely on the ball. You do want about 2 sawmills up. 2 sawmills, and then you're either going to pick your soldier center or your wood workshop, which I'll explain later in the video why you would pick one over the other. Let's see. So I unpause when I know back home's doing fine. Constantly be glancing at your mini-map. Do you see red getting too close to one of your soldiers? It will alert you, but you know, you also want to like just be constantly alert. This game you need to be really on the ball with this game. Now watch this. If I place a house there, I can't place that one. However, if I delete that house, I can place that one. It's very strange. The game's housing mechanics, you'll get used to it. But there's sometimes you do wonder. Oh, see what I mean? You want to constantly be checking your scouts, which I did not do there. Oh, more supplies, more wood and more stone. You cannot say no to that. So I'm basically exploring her as far as I can in the spaces that the zombies do not exist. Now, what are you going to pick? Are we going to pick the soldier center? Or are we going to pick the wood workshop? In this occasion, I picked the soldier centre. The reason being, a wood workshop you normally pick when you've loads of space, you don't have to defend too many points, you're not too under pressure, you know, and you've a bit of experience the game, you'll know when you get to that point sometimes, and you just rush the workshop, and then you get cottages and start researching. On this occasion, I picked the soldier centre. Now, the reason for that is because I believe most beginners, it is best just to get a few extra troops out in the map, just if you are starting this game. And the soldier centre is normally a really good bet. Then you want to be getting the day 3 we get the soldier centre. I would say by about near the end of 4 you'd want to be getting that wood workshop up on the go. Now at the moment we have 26 workers. Workers are the backbone. They make loads of money for you, or loads of gold, so you'll want to be getting as many as you can. Whilst I sit and debate here where to place the wall, I end up realising this is a 3 long gap, so a wall and 2 wood walls, a wood gate and 2 wood walls at either side would probably be the most effective over there. Once the soldier centre is complete, we will be pushing out about 3 or 4 rangers to start clearing closer to the houses so the houses can expand. And then you find a village of doom. Now, villages of doom are interesting. I will be doing a full video on them, when to build near them, when not to build near them, clearing them, and what you get out of them. For beginners, I would just say be careful. Be very careful. If you see one far too close, like that's a good distance. If you see one on your doorstep, do consider re-rolling, because one missed archer arrow in their direction and you will be quickly overwhelmed. So as you can see, my scout is under attack again, although she's quite hardy, so she's not going to die, and I can move her out of there. And I've blocked her off, so she's going to have to do the long walk round. Now, we'll be getting them leveled up, but she will be gathering down there with the rest of them that I'm training. I was considering putting a wood tower down to put that ranger in, to just give her a bit more vision, but I ended up deciding just putting a wood gate and she could just stand there. Now, I blocked that bit off because houses are the most vulnerable structures in this game, apart from Tesla coils. Well, all structures are kind of vulnerable to a certain extent. As you can see, sheep got blocked off there. It was a bad place to place the soldier centre for spawning, but what can you do? And they'll be gathering over here. As you can see, the way they'll walk round, you'll see what I meant by the house earlier. See if I'd removed that house there, she wouldn't have had the loop round. Now it doesn't seem like too much of an issue, but when you start involving titans and slower moving units like the Thanatos, it does become a serious issue. So we have a perimeter, everything's set up, and that is day 5. Thank you so much for watching, lads. Hopefully this video will see if you make it to day 5, get a perimeter and get set up. My next video will be featuring day 5 to 15, I believe. I'll see you there. Bye bye.